Gosh, I hope so. And that's why you should always shake your eggnog. What is going on, everybody? This is the Cover Band Confidential podcast / YouTube show. The place for cover band musicians and band leaders to learn how to rock more and suck less. From Atlanta, Georgia, I am Adam Johnson.
From Greensboro, North Carolina, I'm Dan Ray.
And to my left, your right, depending on how this is laid out, my lovely wife, Amber, is joining us on the live stream.
Hey guys.
Woo-hoo. So we got our nogs and our mugs and our moose mugs.
I'm doing a little wine myself, but in principle, I'm with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we've been very obsessed with this YouTube channel called How to Drink. And we just watched them do an eggnog shootout.
Sweet.
And he said for boozy eggnogs, if they're store-bought, you should absolutely shake them in a shaker. So I brought my cocktail shaker down and did them over ice, and he was right.
It was delicious.
It
was delicious.
It makes it less syrupy.
Hey, I think that you might have original audio turned off.
No, it says turn off original sound.
Oh, all right. Never mind. Keep rolling then.
Am I not hot enough?
No, we got that clipping thing where it's like you're gated when I'm talking.
Yeah, we're not hearing that on our end.
That's fine. It's fine.
Good times. So what are we here for? Why did this require a special guest? What is the purpose of this whole operation?
Well, we need a tiebreaker for a couple of things.
Absolutely. And if there's anybody that I trust as far as like musical taste and input, it is my wife. So Amber has become our biased third party and tiebreaker for the function of this week's episode, which is the worst Christmas songs of all time official bracket.
I am
Yes.
so excited about this. I have very strong opinions about Christmas songs.
It's good.
So.
It's good. We should say right off the bat, because we all know for sure the worst Christmas song of all times is Christmas Shoes. There's just no.
Agree.
There's no. We're not having that discussion.
Yeah.
It already on a shelf.
Yeah. And so what we've done here is we put together the Christmas Shoes Memorial Honorary Bracket. It's named after Christmas Shoes, so Christmas Shoes can't participate.
Yes, the Christmas Shoes commemorative worst Christmas song bracket.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So this bracket was compiled based on your picks. So we reached out on social media. We reached out in the Patreon group. What were your nominations for the worst Christmas song of all time? And man, there were a lot of selections. Some of them I was heavily offended by. Some of them I love a great deal. But we went ahead and kind of compiled them together and made a bracket, kind of talked about the seating. And I think we've come up with a really compelling group with some really impressive matches. I think we're going to have some fun conversations here. So I think it's time to just go ahead and go for it.
You ready?
What do
All right.
say?
I'm going to bring it up. Here it is.
All right, here we go.
Here it is. There's the bracket.
All right, let's see here. We're going to put this one up for our own visual reference over here.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at him. And look at all the ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
Wow.
I made that.
It's a real piece of work.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's a real piece of something.
Yeah.
Everybody got their notes. Everybody did their homework.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I studied.
Very
proud
good.
of you, Dan.
Hey, listen, sometimes I put it in.
I love it.
This one required a little bit of legwork. So
Yeah, true.
it'll all be worth it in the end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are our Sweet 16 of the worst Christmas songs of all time. Now, from the previous episode, we had said that it's not necessarily just the songs that we are voting on. It is particular renditions of particular songs. So if you're looking on the bracket and you see something that you may be like, not so sure, wait until you hear who performed it. And then maybe you'll agree. So starting on the top left and working our way down and then across. First one, Wonderful Christmas Time, Paul McCartney and Wings. Facing Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. So it's the kind of the battle of the 80s super Christmas ballads.
Yeah.
So are you going to play a snippet or are you going to
No, we
sing
can't
a
because
snippet?
they'll definitely
They'll flag you.
Shut us right down. Yeah.
shut it down.
But
So you
we'll
just
have
have to-
we'll have all of the artists and songs in the show notes you'll want to investigate later, because we're just going to cover some amazing material. Amazing material.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, coming in on the next match, we have Little Drummer Boy by Bob Seger and Santa Claus is Coming to Town by The Boss.
There you go.
So you got Seger versus The Boss. That's a really solid matchup in
Yep.
my opinion.
Yep.
The next one is cheesy, childish Christmas songs from like the 40s and 50s. We've got Jiggity Jig, Dominic the Donkey,
Yes.
and Nuttin' for Christmas. Both solid contenders for the most annoying Christmas songs ever written.
Debatable.
Following that, we have the contemporary attempt at a Christmas banger, Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande versus Under the Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. And that rounds out the first 8. On the other side, we have Last Christmas by Wham against Same Old Lang Syne by Dan Fogelberg. That's a particular favorite in our house.
Yeah.
Well, just for me, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Next matchup is the fresh take on an old classic matchup, which is Silver Bells by Twisted Sister versus Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer by Family Force 5. I think this is the matchup. This is the one to beat. This could be the title fight.
It might
We're
come
gonna
down to it. Yeah. It might come down to this one.
Indeed. The next one, Santa Baby by Madonna. So Santa Baby, bad enough.
Hey. Let's keep it to a dull roar. We gotta
Santa
save some.
Baby by Madonna, its own special brand of hell. Against Funky Funky Christmas by New Kids on the Block. Again, 80s attempts at making something new versus hits on an old classic. And then the Daddy Round, which is Please Daddy, Don't Get Drunk This Christmas by John Denver versus Santa Looks a Lot Like Daddy by the Robertsons of the Duck Dynasty fame.
Yeah.
Duck them home.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
So, why don't we start on the top left? We'll work our way down, and Dan will be filling out the bracket as we go.
Yep.
And I did note that for those in our Patreon exclusive Slack channel, we actually released this bracket earlier today and allowed them to put their picks in. Whoever gets the closest at the end of the round gets a free piece of merch, compliments of Cover Band Confidential. Are you ready?
I feel like it needed
Ready.
a sound effect right there. It needed like a gentle, something.
Well, we'll work on that.
All right.
Fix it in post.
Very good.
Get in pre.
Yeah.
There you
Anyway, first round, Wonderful Christmas Time versus Do They Know It's Christmas? Your thoughts?
Are we gonna go round?
Yeah. Also, I'll just leap into this. Wonderful Christmas Time feels like it was made on a Casio keyboard for about $5. It's kind of the cheapest thing. Although I do enjoy, there's this Facebook thing going around about how it's actually about like a bunch of pagans doing pagan stuff, and then somebody walks in and it's like, oh, it's simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Yeah, no, nothing to see here.
I have seen that one. So I know that Dan feels that Wonderful Christmas Time may be the worst Christmas song ever made. I know you feel.
I thought that before I researched some of the other fine things on this bracket. I'm now not convinced.
I feel like I have really just been a true connoisseur of bad Christmas songs this year.
Yeah, you've excelled yourself.
Yeah, it was really special. So my personal pick on this one is Do They Know It's Christmas?
Oh yeah.
I have to agree.
I mean, like death, famine. It's just like I can't.
It's more the self-importance and the
I mean, do they know it's Christmas?
it's
Yeah.
it's ignorant,
It's fair.
but also pretentious.
Well, also being incredibly racist. Those poor, dusty Africans who don't have water or food, and we, thank God it's them and not you. It's like, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's just horrible.
Really, really bad.
Yeah.
I know they probably raised a bunch of money for relief, and that's cool.
Well,
But-
Bob Geldof did say in an interview in 2010 that he is responsible for 2 of the worst songs of all time, this one and We Are the World.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him for owning up to that.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah. All right, so we're calling it. Do They Know is clearly the winner of the first matchup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honorable mention to the 30th anniversary version, which is somehow worse than the
Oh,
original.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can YouTube that.
You can YouTube that, but I wouldn't if I were you.
Why would you?
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the classic rock showdown, Little Drummer Boy by Bob Seger versus Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. How's everybody?
Listen,
How are we feeling about this one?
I'm gonna say Little Drummer Boy. Now listen, because I am a huge Bob Seger fan, just in general, I think it's just in my blood. It's very difficult for me to say this, but I can't get over just the whole performance aspect of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Hi, Lou. How's it going?
Yeah, I think it's exceptional. He's clearly he's giving it everything.
He is. He really is. So I'm definitely voting for Little Drummer Boy on this one as not great.
I think Seeger suffers from the quality of his material on this one. Little Drummer Boy is possibly the worst Christmas Carol that there is. It's totally monotonous and one tone and just the same beat for, I mean, he persists it for almost 5 minutes.
And Bing and Bowie had a moment, it was rough.
That was the one take on it I've ever enjoyed. This one, it got big. Did you see the video of him doing it in the studio?
No, but I bet you there is a lot of clenched fists, isn't there?
Oh, like crazy. It's all about it's very emotive. He's super into this Drummer Boy. And yeah, I can't, he does, nonetheless, it fails to sell it.
Wow.
All right, so I when I posted Santa Claus Coming to Town by the Boss in the Patreon group, they were pretty upset. But let me say this. I have a predisposed bias against any song that contains talking.
Oh, wait, no. You love talking in songs.
Well, no. I like the idea of the early 80s
you love the Hey
slow
Girl.
jam. No. It's the
Hey
when any song starts, it's not Hey Girl, it's Girl.
Oh,
It's the
question.
"Huh?" If a song starts like Girl, you're about to hear absolute insanity is coming.
I cannot believe
To
you were
town.
saying that.
Yeah. But again, it's the you guys been practicing real hard.
Clarence.
Clarence, you've been practicing real hard, so Santa buy you a new saxophone.
He needed a new saxophone, man.
Rest in peace, Clemens.
Yeah.
But I think I'm outvoted on this one.
For sure.
And comparing those two songs, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is easily the superior
Oh, yeah.
the superior song.
But it's like dinner and a show. Like, you get the whole thing.
I know, the thing is that in this conversation, you want the song to lose because that means the song is good or better
Yeah.
than the alternative.
Yeah. So just to clarify, are we voting for the song that is the best at being bad, or are we voting for actually the worst song?
The worst song.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a case by case kind of thing. In this
Oh
case,
my
it's the
gosh.
worst song.
Yeah.
Little
Drummer
Drummer Boy
Boy.
is the worst
Out of here.
of the two.
For sure.
Goodbye.
All right. Moving along, we have Dominic the
Ooh.
Donkey versus Nuttin' for Christmas.
Listen, wait, I'm going first on this one.
Please.
Thank you. So we had Sirius XM for 1 year. We were like, we can't really afford it, but we got a good deal. We're gonna get this in our
It came
Honda
with the
Element.
car,
Came with
yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
We're gonna try it out, right? And all of a sudden, we're listening to this Christmas station, and I was like,
Holly.
Holly, yeah, Holly on whatever. And I was like, what the hell is this? Is this real? Am I high? What is happening? I was like, this is a whole song about a donkey. And I didn't realize it was an actual song, a real live song
Yeah.
that people feel very strongly about. But now it's really endeared itself. So I am not voting for Dominic the Donkey because I feel very strongly that it is now intertwined itself in our family, holiday season. So I am placing my vote for I'm Getting Nuttin' for Christmas.
Yeah. How do you feel, Dan?
Well, let's be honest. They're both kind of low effort tunes.
The donkey.
Yeah, I feel like the notes I made about Nuttin' for Christmas. First of all, I enjoyed. I take that back about low effort tunes because the orchestration, the arrangement of it is really clever because it's full of all these sort of, as he describes his exploits and all the bad stuff he did. The orchestra behind him is it's pretty cute. And then I really enjoyed, he's totally sold the somebody snitched on me, like mad about it. So he's sold that really well. So I enjoyed that part, which means that I have to go with Dominic because there was nothing about that I enjoyed.
What?
Wow.
Wrong for
No.
me to leave?
It made me want to eat some pasta,
You know what? That's great.
but that's not hard to do.
Johnson, you can vote against it. It's
No,
fine.
no. Because
I mean, you
I
can just-
do truly like, this is one of those where I have to like vote. Like, this is an easy vote because there's a song I like and there's a song I hate on this in this round, and my vote is Nuttin' for Christmas.
Hmm.
I like Dominic the Donkey. I think
Ee-aw.
it's unique. Come on.
Well, I mean, I feel like there are dozens of little Italian folky pop tunes that it could be, but
I mean, I feel like I'm Getting Nuttin' for Christmas is, you know, this really bad kid who's like just mad that he got caught.
it's true. It's
I'm
true.
like, what are people?
Yeah.
Come on.
He hit a
Yeah,
kid
no,
with his
it's true.
baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then somebody snitched on him. He's like, why did somebody snitch on me? Well, because you hit somebody.
Yeah. Screw that kid.
Yeah, all right. So that kid's out. You're right. Nuttin wins that round.
Win.
Ah.
Okay. This one is hard for this next round is hard for me because
They can both go as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned.
so let's argue them on their merit. So this is Santa Tell Me, Ariana Grande versus Under the Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. So you've got a song where Ariana Grande is potentially talking about screwing Santa Claus versus a reggae song about making out with Justin Bieber.
I just, ew, all of it.
All-
Just ew.
Oh, now listen. Do the relative merits of the videos count?
I don't know if we're rating like which video is better, I would say Santa Tell Me is a better music video.
Yes.
I don't agree with the word shouty being in a Christmas song.
And so early, he opens with it.
Shout it.
Well, it's shouty, and it's like it's the chorus.
Mm.
Shouty with you, hoo, shouty with you. Nope.
Okay, listen, I don't like either of them, but on that basis,
Mm-hmm.
I will say, you know, Santa Tell Me. I feel like that's at least kind of like catchy. You'll catch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shouty with you.
Yeah, it is. It's an earworm. So my vote is
so
annoying.
annoying.
Biebs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Beaver out the door.
Jim Beaver, gotta go.
go.
Justice Beaver. And I'm recusing myself because I hate them both and I find them both completely forgettable and I see no point to even voting. So I'll go with what you guys said.
Fair enough.
I'm almost out of Who's Nog.
Well,
So
we'd have to like pause and like do like a full like
It's fine.
shaker breakdown.
no, it's fine.
You want to do it on the show? Obviously, you got to do a.
I mean, maybe.
Brought to you by.
He didn't rate ours. That's too bad.
Okay.
Okay, moving along. We have Last Christmas by Wham versus Same Old Lang Syne by
Guys.
Dan Fogelberg.
First of all, I'm totally offended that either of these are on here. I don't know who put these on here because I know neither of you put them on here.
Yeah, Last Christmas wasn't my pick, but I mean, I don't. It's not a great song. It doesn't change the fact I've got to sing it tomorrow night and like sell it.
Listen,
And honestly, the best version that I've heard is the version that we recorded that you sang.
oh, thanks, babe.
Oh, hey. It's on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out. The members only YouTube channel.
So listen, in favor of keeping Old Lang Syne, I just feel like this song takes you on a journey. Like,
yeah, but
it takes you on a journey. There's like a beginning, middle, and end.
but it's a bad journey.
So what? Life is hard. Not everything gets tied up in a bow.
Sometimes the snow turns into rain.
Turns into rain,
Yeah, but like
and she stays with the lawyer dude or
Right, but-
whoever.
right, but okay, but let's talk about let's
Architect.
Let's use this.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Kept
"Mirror
her
architect."
warm and safe and dry.
Just very reliable.
That's a hat
He's
trick.
very-
Yeah.
You know, he's just very reliable, and maybe he's not, you know, everything, but like he keeps her warm and safe and dry and reliable.
Now, as far as the Fogelberg line that the audiences were having heavenly, but the traveling was hell. That tracks.
Hmm.
Here's my issue. Both of them are super repetitive. But
Sure.
if we're talking about repetitive, like truly repetitive, I think Old Lang Syne, like by a long shot. By the end of that song, you don't want to hear like ever again.
True.
Ever again.
True. I have a couple other thoughts.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, first of all, I couldn't help thinking about her ice cream melting in the back seat.
Oh, good point. And why? Why are you eating ice cream in the middle of winter?
Well, whatever it is, she went to the store. She was in the frozen food, so she was clearly shopping for frozen things. And then instead of taking it home to the freezer, she's like looking for booze with an old boyfriend and then drinking in the car, which is illegal even in the 70s. So it just seems, I don't know. I have some logistical problems.
I
Yeah.
have some thoughts.
Yeah. Further, the sax solo at the end is an atrocity.
It's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
bad.
Yeah.
Dan said that like the ball on your
It is the most festive atrocity.
terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
The final thing I'm going to say between the two of these is consider the music video.
Okay, yeah.
Look at George
his hair
Forkin Michael
And when he,
in
like-
that gosh damn video
in his
with
ski
his
suit,
freaking eyelashes
and he's
and the candles.
frolicking. in
What
the
a handsome
snow.
bastard.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make it?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. No argument.
I vote as Old Lang Syne. It's a dumpster
Okay.
fire of a song. It's
Okay.
a terrible story. Everybody in it is the bad guy. At least we've got George Michael's beautiful, beautiful eyes and sparkly feathered hair to cheer us up.
Here,
And he gets in a snowball fight.
yeah. Here. That's two votes. We're saying one thing's on.
Yep, fine.
Fine.
I'll take it.
Done. All right.
This is so much more fun than watching TV.
Yeah.
I could literally we could do this like literally like every single week.
No,
just
this
like
is fine.
just song brackets.
It's like
Just break it-
brackets
break
are
it
the
down.
It's
best.
going to be a
Okay.
sub brand of Cover Band Confidential, the
Love it.
bracket
There we go.
podcast.
Love it. Okay, next round. Silver Bells by Twisted Sister versus Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer by Family Force 5.
Y'all, this
Fresh take on an old classic.
This is where my notes like really start to turn into paragraph form.
All right, well, since you guys, did the research,
Yeah, man. Some of us came prepared.
hey, some of us have been entrenched in this nonsense for like 2 weeks already. I didn't need to write anything down.
That's right.
I knew where I was coming from.
All right, Amber, lay it on us.
Okay. So here's the thing. I am voting Family Force 5 off the island, mainly because, first of all, it's a total loss of like the quintessential melody, right? And I literally thought I was having a fever dream when I was watching the video. Like I was like, there's paws, like reindeer paws, and then they're sitting at a table. Why are the reindeers sitting at the table? It was very upsetting. And then somehow, like all that came to mind was like, what if Foo Fighters and Beastie Boys had a baby?
Yeah.
And then like that was that. And then they did drugs, and then that was the video. And
Yeah.
I was very upset. So I'm voting them off the island. Now, that being said, I listened to Twisted Sister first, and I was like, oh man.
It's pretty bad.
It's bad.
It's real bad. And I don't see people who are Twisted Sister fans being like, ooh, let me download this. But that being said, the thing that really cracked me up and I laughed to myself was the idea of like gang vocals being recorded by like a bunch of Twisted Sister people. Like they're all standing there in a studio, like with all their hair and their makeup and their jean jacket vests, and they're just like they're in it. And that made me warm and happy. And so I'm definitely voting for Family Force 5 off the island.
So off
Okay.
the island means that's your vote to move forward in the bracket. That's
Yeah, it's actually moving them forward to the next round.
Yeah, it's because it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, it was not nice.
Well, it was just off the island was not a term I was prepared to translate into anyway.
Well, to be perfectly honest, this is one of those things where you're talking about, well, this song sucked the least.
Right.
Because, and again, this is probably the best weighted matchup we've done yet.
Yep.
Because each of them is terrible on their own unique merits. You can say for Twisted Sister, they did commit to
Like the standard structure of
the structure
song.
is there, the melody's there, like the bones are there, the foundation is there. It's just what they put on top of it. The other thing is that I remember them doing press for this when they announced it, and they recorded, to do a Christmas album, you have to like record it in like the summer.
Right.
Always.
Apparently they were at like a home studio, and they'd have to turn the air conditioning off to record the vocals. So imagine Snyder like sweating his absolute like face off,
But
going,
his hair got bigger.
"It's Christmas time in the city." It's just a funny thought to me.
Yeah.
In my
Whenever I hear somebody like this having taken a fresh cut at something like this, the question that always comes up for me is, was this necessary?
Good question. Because I was like, are they short on money? Like, what happened?
Like, why
did they?
Yeah, what's motivating this? And I think I feel like for Twisted Sister, didn't they do a few things like this that were kind of similar in the same sort of clean structural thing, but their style?
Well, yeah. So both of these bands made full Christmas albums.
I see.
Why?
So, well, for Family Force 5, it's an excuse to tour in December. So that's like you then get to do the Christmas tour that does just Christmas shows, and so that's a cash grab of a certain kind. And I'm assuming that's what Twisted Sister was going for, also.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say, as
personally, so like I know that's what they did.
Sure. When the main effort of Grandma started up on the video of it I was watching, like the only thing I could say was like, why? And the other thing that I just want to point out, not that it matters one way or the other in terms of my voting, but the videos that I found on YouTube, I think the official videos of them both have Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, Tchaikovsky, at the beginning of them.
Aw.
That's interesting.
Which I think is like the signal for like, it's Christmas time and we're about to mess with you.
Yeah.
So I just found that interesting. Anyway, my vote is that the Grandma should move forward on this one.
Yeah.
We all in?
Again, Silver Bells just sucks slightly less than the other one.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Like
That was a tough one.
I'm actually. I don't think it was a tough one. Like I actually am concerned
They're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
that I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and be like, huh.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. All right, moving along. Santa Baby by Madonna versus Funky Funky Christmas by New Kids on the Block. I think this is like a cut and dry one. New Kids on the Block is terrible. It's a bad song.
Yeah.
I literally say Madonna, Santa Baby. Starts out normal, then takes a sharp turn into Brooklyn.
Sexy Baby.
But still better than New Kids on the Block. And then it says talking. Why talking?
Lots of, again, talking in the record.
Why?
Also, it's 5 minutes long.
Talking? I
The whole-
stopped it.
Yeah, the whole thing. No, well, I skipped through it. I couldn't listen to all of it, obviously, but it's the same beat and the same sort of we have an open mic in the studio and 10 minutes to kill sort of vibe, and yeah, entirely unnecessary and bad, and also doing black voice.
Yeah,
Not great.
not great.
Interesting.
And again, the Madonna version is terrible. It's bad, Sexy Baby.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
Sexy Baby in New York.
I'm a very sexy baby.
Oh boy.
Anyway, Funky Funky Christmas gets
move
like
on.
with a bullet
With a bullet to the
in
head.
my head.
Yeah.
To have it.
Love it. Okay.
All right, the Daddy round. Here we go.
Man.
Please, Daddy, Don't Get Drunk by John Denver versus Santa Looks a Lot Like Daddy by the Robertsons. So I would say there are good versions of Santa Looks a Lot Like Daddy. This just isn't one of them.
Mm-mm.
No, wait. So I was so ready to hate this one. Like, so ready to hate this one. But then I was like, hold on. I was listening to the lyrics of Please Daddy Don't Get Drunk. And he's like, he was 7 and now he's almost 8. I was like, no, John Denver. No. I was like, I would rather listen to Duck the Halls, throw out Santa Looks a Lot Like Daddy. At least it's a little bit more peppy.
Can we at least acknowledge that this entire album was obviously a cash grab,
So
and it sounds like
can we
the
acknowledge
entire group is just phoning it in?
that
Like,
a lot of albums may or may not be for purposes of revenue?
sure, but at least with Silver Bells, like Dee's giving it everything he's got.
Yeah, that's
D
fair.
Bob
doesn't hold
Seger-
back. D doesn't hold back in any circumstance. That's
So big.
Absolutely. Not.
I just
I've got
All right,
I got a
Dan.
thing with kids singing.
that's
I got a
fair.
thing with,
Okay.
there's.
I feel like you're yelling. You're like elevated your volume.
I feel strongly about this.
Mm.
I
Okay.
know my ears are like blowing up. All right, Dan, how do you feel?
well.
How do you-
So please, Daddy, you nailed Amber. initial reaction to it was, I was 7 and now I'm almost 8, and that's not how ages work.
Yeah.
This time last year I was 7 and now I'm almost 8. Something's gone wrong with your calendar.
Definitely 8 if you were 7 this time last year.
That is the math of it. But you know, I think it falls into a really standard sort of country sadness genre. I don't think there's anything particularly, you know, startling about it that way. The thing that bugged me about Santa Looks Like Daddy is that it's straight up redneck. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Yep.
100%. Same concept, same thing. And it was done in a kind of a generic sort of country banger sort of way that I don't know, it's not my genre and didn't really speak to me, and it could have been any number of songs. So I kind of hate them both, but I think I hate Santa Looks Like Daddy just a little bit more.
For sure. I mean, it's a therapy session. I just like, I also have this weird thing about adults writing songs and singing songs from the perspective of a kid. Like, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I feel like it passes because you're at least trying to sound like a kid. But like John.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's drink time.
I don't need to be showered with eggnog. Here you go. We've shaken. Not a drink.
This is exciting. So you've shaken it over ice.
Yep. Shake it over ice, and it really does it. Like it's less viscous. Oh,
hey, we're married. We are married to each other.
I have
Right.
a homemade nog recipe that it's been in my family for at least 4 generations, and I did make a batch of it just recently, so I'll try to.
Does it require you to like cook the things?
No.
He's like, no, dummy.
No. Great granddad wouldn't have gone for that. No.
Okay.
No. But I have been making it since I could see over my grandfather's liquor cabinet. It's.
I would really love that recipe if you can pass it along.
I can arrange it. Yeah. Not a secret. All right. So I think we've decided that Santa Looks Like Daddy. No. Sorry. Yeah.
Please,
Santa
Daddy.
Looks Like Daddy's moving on.
Yes. Santa Looks Like. Wait. No. Please, Daddy.
Please, Daddy advances.
Yes.
Okay.
This is confusing.
Denver.
Of all the Daddy songs, the John Denver one is more depressing than it needs to be.
Well, yeah, Santa Looks Like Daddy is a kind of a cute story. Please Daddy is a therapy session. It's like trauma. So
Don't get drunk.
It's the Auld Lang Syne of this round.
Do not compare those two. Stop it. Anyway.
Lots of repetition. All right, moving on to the next round. Grade 8 or Hateful 8.
I can't see.
All right, so the next round we've got Do They Know It's Christmas versus Little Drummer Boys. So we've got pretentious nonsense versus
racist nonsense. Pretentious racist nonsense.
Yeah. Versus earnest cheesiness. It's hard. But
I think the racism wins.
I was thinking
Yep.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's really, do
That
they
tracks.
know it's Christmas?
Those poor, dirty people.
Yep.
Someone's gonna soundbite that. You're in big
I'm be in big trouble. Yeah.
All right, moving along. It looks like we've got Nuttin' for Christmas versus Under the Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. So you got two bratty boys.
I'm going with Under the Mistletoe on the grounds of shouty. Shouty.
Yeah.
That's my
I'm on board.
Yeah, I mean that tracks. I mean it's either that or using the word snitch in a Christmas song, but shouty
Guys.
feels to be more
It's
egregious.
Yeah.
Stop it now.
All right, man, that went. These rounds are going a lot quicker now, ain't they?
Well, we've done the discussion.
All right, so now we have Fogelberg versus Family Force 5, a matchup that probably has never happened before, probably won't ever happen again.
Family Force 5. I mean, great guys. Super nice. Great guys. This just really feels like a wrong turn.
Yeah, I mean, again, objectively a worse. At least Auld Lang Syne is an original thought.
It's a song. I'll say that.
Yep.
I think it's got that over Grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grandma for the win.
Or the
Okay.
law.
All right. final round in the Hateful Eight is Funky Funky Christmas versus Please Daddy Don't Get Drunk. Funky Funky
Oh.
Christmas by
I
like
don't know.
No, by the same logic, Please Daddy is a song.
Please Daddy is at least a song.
Okay.
Funky Funky Christmas is not.
You know what? I do want Please Daddy to win.
Yeah, but
this.
you know what? That makes the next round between those two like super hard
Yeah.
because you have two not songs competing against each other.
Yeah.
Now we have different logic.
Whoa.
It's gonna be
That's
okay,
tough.
buddy. It's gonna be okay.
All right. Final four. It's getting real, you guys.
I feel like you're yelling again.
Well, I mean, I think maybe it's
Does he
maybe,
always
maybe
yell
it's
like
the
this,
eggnog
Dan?
talking.
Only when he's super excited.
Yeah. It's fine. Okay. For all the marbles.
Well, half.
No,
The
well, no,
marbles.
for a trip to the big show.
Oh, there you go.
Do They Know It's Christmas versus Shawty With You?
Ooh, racism versus racism.
It's versus appropriation.
Appropriation.
I got to stick with Do They Know?
I mean, because really, do they know?
Do they, though? Those poor,
There's not gonna be a Christmas
poor,
tree.
poor sandy people.
Here's another
Luck-
soundbite.
Hey man, be grateful it's them instead of you,
No
right?
kidding. No kidding.
Thanks, Bono.
There are no rivers except for like the 8 in Africa, and no food grows there. Nothing grows.
But they still bless the rains, don't they?
They do, right there in Africa.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh man, that was a good one.
We should take some time and do the things we never had.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so for all the marbles, we've got Do They Know It's Christmas. Facing off, we've got Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer versus Funky Funky Christmas. I think Funky Funky Christmas gets
Why?
because if
Wait, what are we doing? Grandma versus. You're getting loud.
Grandma Got
again.
Run Over by a Reindeer versus Funky Funky Christmas.
Grandma, fever dream, grandma.
Mhm.
Versus
It still
Christmas.
tells a story, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing. Both are unlistenable, but Funky Funky Christmas is 5 minutes long.
Unnecessarily.
Why?
5 minutes long.
Why? Why is it?
Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
And you're talking to me? Like you're talking.
Yeah.
Jordan and John, come on. We got a Funky Funky Christmas going on.
Oh,
Why do you
Because my first concert ever was New Kids on the Block, and you know what? It was in November, and did they
Took
play
all that
a
up.
bunch of Christmas songs, including Funky Funky Christmas, at the Omni? Yes, they did. You know what they did? Inflatable snowmen and trees came up on the stage.
wow.
Is that why you can't remember to get things
Yep.
at the store?
hmm
Because that took up all the brain cells.
I have ADHD. Thank you for not acknowledging that.
I mean, I do acknowledge it.
Yeah, it's called object permanence. Yeah, if it's not in front of me, I can't remember it.
Mm.
Except as long-term memory.
What were we talking about?
Exactly. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Okay,
Where is
stop it. Stop. Word. Okay.
Sorry.
Funky Funky Christmas versus Grandma. I really hate talking. I really hate
My
talking.
vote is Funky Christmas.
Me too.
Okay. Okay.
Unanimous.
I'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the pinnacle of the crappy Christmas song Mountain. Here we have.
These are so different. These are so.
They're so different, but I think
We can't rush into it. We cannot rush into.
You're right. We need to take our time here.
all right. So let's dig into it. Funky Funky Christmas is a vacuum of talent,
Meaning?
of meaning, of structure, of music theory. It is literally a bunch of children talking over a drum loop.
Now, I'll say the drum loop on its own, if it went for
5 minutes. You'd listen to it for 5 minutes.
no, but if it went for 90 seconds and there was something interesting happening over it, the drum loop itself is not a loser.
Okay.
There's no harmony.
There's no harmony.
There's no counterpoint.
There's a bass line.
There's barely even a melody.
Is there
I
one?
didn't get that far. I stopped listening.
The Have a Funky Funky Christmas is sung.
Can you sing it for us? Just a little bar.
I think but again, the melody in my head versus what I literally just heard when we were like reviewing it didn't line up.
Oh.
I heard "Have a funky, funky Christmas." That's not at all what it sounds like. It's actually worse than that. That sounds like it goes somewhere. This one is not. It doesn't even do that.
So what do you do when is there a word for the opposite of catchy? When what you catch is the wrong thing?
Well, I know people use the term earworm as a bad thing, but usually something becomes an earworm because it is catchy.
You're right.
But like something that's instantly forgettable.
Oh, roaches are not instantly forgettable.
Ear
khaki.
Kevin Robinson. What is it?
Colin Robinson.
Colin Robinson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Colin Robertson. So yes, I think "Funky Funky Christmas" is the Colin Robertson of Christmas songs.
Could be, although it's more abrasive.
But after listening to it, do you feel like you had all of your life force sucked out of you?
100%.
I didn't listen to it. I listened to
Well,
30 seconds.
you saved yourself. That was smart.
Thank you.
On the flip side of it, "Do They Know It's Christmas" is at least a song.
Yep.
It's a song.
And it's a horrible song that says horrible things about, and it imputes that the listener is part of the horribleness,
Yeah.
It's true.
which I don't like at all.
It is very othering in its in its tone deafness.
Yeah.
So
But for its contextual tone deafness, it is filled with lots of tones.
so many tones.
And I do find myself kind of like, if you're going to remember any part of that song, is actually the good part, which is "Feed the World." That's a good part. And it's got the big vocal stack there. That sounds pretty cool.
We got to feed the world, guys.
Because they're too poor and sad and dusty
Yeah.
to feed
And
their
they
own
don't-
selves.
They don't even know it's Christmas.
And they don't.
But it's rough and southy too, you know?
Here's the irony, of course, is that one of the oldest Catholic churches was in Ethiopia, and they certainly know that it's Christmas.
Well, yeah, Ethiopia is actually like the cradle of civilization and the Christian faith.
Oh, that's where they take the
Yep.
pilgrimage.
Mhm.
It's like people come from all
And-
over.
and it's like
I watched
Yeah,
a
it's the churches that are
documentary
like
on
carved
that.
in the solid rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So it's not just racist; it's also ignorant.
Yeah, it's in the Bible. Ethiopia is
Yeah.
like it's the Bible, like an
Oh.
Acts and all of that stuff.
Okay, I'm voting for Funky Funky.
I think "Funky Funky" unfortunately wins just on the merits of musicality.
I'm gonna hold out. Yeah, I don't disagree. It is a unanimous vote. I will just point out we were looking for the worst Christmas song, and strictly speaking, it is not a song. However, it is put out as a Christmas title, and so we will allow it. The winner of the whole bracket is "Funky Funky Christmas" by New Kids on the Block.
Woo!
Why are we celebrating? That is.
I
we should
know,
be
come
like,
on.
Finally, justice is served.
We
Sort of.
we have finally done something productive with this podcast. Like now we have contributed to
Love it.
the
discourse.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, Dan, I just want to say I really love your hat.
Thank you. I'm super into your antlers.
Well, this whole escape, I mean, was not here last week. She literally was like, "Oh, we're recording this tonight," and like did this as we were like getting
It's
ready.
fantastic. It's a beaut, Clark.
It is a beaut.
It's a beaut, Clark.
It's a beaut. It is. Wait, I can't do weather because I'm pointing back
Yeah.
over here.
So, well, Dan, I just want to wish you a happy Merry Christmas.
Hey, thank you so much.
I hope you know it's Christmas.
So,
I
hey,
do.
can I?
Yeah, I've been informed.
I don't want to.
My
I'm
hat told me.
going to spoil something for you
Yeah.
Uh oh.
because it's going to be coming your way. But I want to show you something that we got for you. Hold on 1 second.
Oh no.
Due to the fact that he has not mailed it yet, you'll get it.
All right.
Just
I'm excited.
But it will have to be flat packed, and you'll have to reframe it.
I don't know if you can hear him.
Barely.
He says that he has not wrapped it or packed it, and he's real sorry about that.
Oh, all right.
I can't send it in a frame because of the mail.
Right.
Dan, if you go ahead, just do it.
Well, I got you. It is a patent for the Les Paul guitar, Ted McCarty was the person who filled this out. I think it's for specifically the Tune-O-Matic bridge.
Yeah, sweet.
So
That's awesome.
That's coming your way, man.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is where I say, oh, I have used this, but I don't. So I've been making these things and I need to send them out. And some other people who have been contributors to the podcast this year might be getting things as well. Very nice. Very nice.
Do I get something?
Yeah.
I contribute.
You are getting something. You're getting lots of things because,
I contributed.
Very much.
Big time.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gents, that's going to do it for us. Let's raise our nog glasses. Let's toast to our progress. We have
toast to the innocence. A toast to now. Yeah.
Raise a toast tonight.
So are we gonna go?
There's those triplets in the middle of the chorus, right? Oh man.
And you got goosebumps, didn't you?
I did.
I just see.
100%.
Glad you didn't go for that one.
Anyway. Well, folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Anybody who is on the live stream on YouTube, thanks so much. This will be out on the podcast channels tomorrow, and there'll be a fresh video on the YouTube to boot. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just let this ride. This will be the video this week, and I'll release the other one next week. And I'll just take the week off because it's flipping Christmas, right?
I really appreciate it.
Do that. Let's
do that.
Well, then that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks so much for the support. This year has been absolutely wonderful. We have we've had big numbers. Things have been growing. Our community has been fantastic, and it's just been a lot of fun. And this was a fun way to wrap up the holiday season with my people. Like I talk to you guys more than literally anybody else on the planet. So
That's true.
I'm grateful for both of you. So Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Indeed.
God bless everyone.
There you go.
Lovely.
Well,
Cheers, sis.
that's going to do it for us from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Adam Johnson.
From Green.
I'm Johnson. Hey, wait a minute.
Go.
Dan.
Sorry, I stepped all over you. Go.
Cheers. I'm Amber Johnson. Go ahead, Dan.
And from Greensboro, North Carolina, I'm Dan Ray.
You have been listening to the Cover Band Confidential podcast for the week of December 17th, 2021. Happy Merry Christmas, everybody.